And we're going to continue talking about this because all eyes are on Florida this morning as residents brace for Hurricane Ian. Washington is watching too. President Biden is pleading federal assistance to those in need, while FEMA and the Pentagon are at the ready with supplies, personnel, and the National Guard to provide support. NBC's Drew Petrimo reports from Washington. Drew, good morning.
Good morning, Maureen. This storm really has the attention of the federal government, the president, FEMA, and the Pentagon, all preparing for the potential of catastrophic damage.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida.
As Hurricane Ian takes aim at the Sunshine State, President Biden is promising a forceful federal response to help those in the storm's path.
I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance, and I directed my team to surge federal assistance there before the storm hit.
FEMA dispatching 700 workers to the state, providing relief where needed.
These teams are going to coordinate search and rescue efforts by land, by air, and by sea.
To 10 feet of storm surge.
Florida's governor activated 5,000 National Guard troops, nearly 4 million meals, 3.5 million liters of water, and hundreds of generators are on standby. Emergency responders are also gathering fuel, and the Red Cross is setting up dozens of shelters for evacuees.
I can tell you that our biggest concern as we wait for this storm to make landfall is storm surge. And I will note that storm surge is a leading cause of hurricane-related fatalities.
The Pentagon says National Guard troops will deploy to areas impacted by the storm.
These guardsmen will provide route clearing, search and rescue teams to support flood control and security. Aviation assets like helicopters are also on standby to assist as required.
Guardsmen are also on standby at military bases in 5 neighboring states as final preparations are made before landfall. Late Tuesday, President Biden spoke with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to discuss hurricane preparations. They both committed to continue working together as the storm's impacts are felt. Reporting from Washington, I'm Drew Petrimo.
And Drew, I want to ask, you're from Tampa, Florida, so what are your family members saying about the storm, and what can you tell us about how Floridians are handling hurricanes of this magnitude?
Yeah, actually, my dad posted a picture on social media last night up on the roof with my brother-in-law installing some storm shelters. He's 72, by the way, so we're going to have a talk with him about that. But the thing here is to not get complacent. Every year, Floridians face these kind of threats. People put up the storm shutters. People board up their windows. They go shop for water and foods, and then it's kind of a mild occurrence. The thing that federal officials are warning is to not get complacent, continue to take these preparations seriously, because if it does come close to the area that you're in, you're talking about a life and death situation, and you want to be sure that you have made those preparations.
Right, especially as we're watching it grow to a Category 4. Drew, I hope your whole family stays safe and keep us updated. Thank you so much for the report. All right, it is 5:34, and I think a lot of people are like Drew, paying attention to family or friends, homes, condos they might have in Florida. So, Holly, let's get a look at what's exactly happening at this point.
And this is the latest. And one of the most dangerous things that we hear is people that try to ride out storms of this magnitude. I mean, no. So this is all new since you've gone to bed. And for some of you, this could be brand new if you're just flipping on the TV. Hurricane Ian was literally just upgraded to a Category 4 hurricane. So that is an extremely dangerous hurricane. We expected the upgrade before landfall, but there's been even some changes as far as what we're planning on with landfall. So here's the latest coordinates from the Hurricane Center. We'll get another advisory here within the show and see how things are. But as of right now, sustained winds are at 140 miles an hour. That's just 10 miles away from a Category 5, okay? So that's perspective already. Wind gusts are as high as 165. It's moving to the north-northeast at 10. Now, originally, Hurricane Ian was expected to upgrade to Category 4 and then basically lose a little strength, become a Category 3 before making landfall. There's been a bit of a change on what the National Hurricane Center is expecting. And it is expecting landfall now south of Tampa, closer to Fort Myers, as a Category 4. So that would be devastating. You heard the talk about storm surge. There is the threat of tornadoes throughout the right quadrant of this storm, especially this morning, because that's what's hitting Florida at this point, 12 to 18 inches of rain. I mean, just try to wrap your mind around all of that.